Silver Lining of the Coronavirus by Kailar. The hardest aspect of quarantine is finding activities to pass the time. The first few days were fun, playing games and relaxing, knowing that I should have been in a classroom learning math. Soon these relaxing afternoons became boring and monotonous, as there seemed to be nothing to do. To pass the time, I scoured through the garage looking for any form of entertainment. Instead of finding games, I discovered a few old fishing poles that had not been touched for years. After I dusted off all the cobwebs, I could remember fishing on family vacations with my grandparents and decided to give fishing a try. I got my two sisters to come with me, and we were all excited just to be outside in the sunshine. We took a short walk to the nearby creek that runs alongside our road. When we first got there, I remember seeing the crystal clear water and tons of fish swimming up and down the stream. Only a few months ago, I could remember seeing that stream cloudy and dirty. That was the day that I realized that everything that we do has an impact on the environment. Because everyone is staying inside, the environment is thriving. The lockdown is not only keeping the people safe, but it's giving the environment a chance to recharge. When reflecting on quarantine this far, it is easy to overlook the positives that quarantine has had on us. The coronavirus has had a positive impact on our air quality in New Jersey, our local waterways, and our wildlife. The first way that the coronavirus has improved the environment is the effect on air quality. Having clean air to breathe is one of the essentials that every human needs to live. This basic human necessity is constantly in jeopardy, as there are many fumes and gases that are being emitted into the air. The main contributor to the poor air quality are vehicles. The cars, trains, and buses that are normally filled with commuters are large parts of our air pollution problem. Planes are also one of the culprits that contribute to our air pollution. When a plane is flying across the country, the world is flying across the world, it is constantly emitting carbon dioxide. Planes produce large amounts of CO2, which is the most widespread man-made greenhouse gas. According to blueskymodel.org, an average plane produces a little over 53 pounds of CO2 per mile. Blueskymodel.org is a website developed by Master and Business Administration students to measure our carbon footprints. This is an alarming amount of CO2 just by planes alone. As there have been many bans implemented restricting travel, the air has been cleaner than ever. There has been a significant decrease in the ever-growing problem of climate change. New Jersey's air is currently the cleanest it's been since 9/11. It is impossible for society to eliminate travel together, but there are certain things that we can do to maintain this clean air. This would include limiting the amount of trips we take in cars or carpooling, trying to conserve energy, and finally, recycling and reusing. Another positive effect the coronavirus has had on us is our waterways. Our waterways in New Jersey have never been cleaner. Hundreds of miles of water all across New Jersey have recently been designated as Category 1 waterways. Waterways are graded based on the quality and cleanliness of their water. Having Category 1 water means that water is clean enough to be used for drinking and is safe for recreation. This is the most amount of Category 1 waterways that New Jersey has had in decades. RaritanHeadwaters.org stated that there are currently around 750 miles of Category 1 waterways in New Jersey. RaritanHeadwaters.org is an organization in our community that is devoted to keeping our waters clean and safe. Having 750 miles of clean water is a direct consequence of people staying inside during quarantine. There have been new laws that have banned gatherings and beaches that have definitely lowered the amount of trash that ends up in our waters. In addition, one of the main factors that increase the amount of water pollution is boats. The shipping industry is responsible for much of the waste that is introduced to the water. While in lockdown, personal and industrial boats have not been traveling on our waterways. This directly leads to the reduction of pollution. If we continue to keep our waterways clean after the coronavirus, these bodies of water will remain available to us. Finally, keeping these waterways clean are not only important for us, but they are important for the animals and wildlife living in them. Going back to my afternoon in the brook, I could vividly remember seeing more fish swimming than usual. This got me wondering about what their main food sources are and how the clean water benefits them. Many fish eat almost anything that drifts in their way. This means that plastic or trash that is near the fish's mouth usually ends up in their stomachs. OneGreenPlanet.org stated that when fish consume these plastics, they can build up in their GI tracts and cause physical harm to the fish. One Green Planet is on a mission to save animals and keep them safe from pollution. Everything that we do has a consequence, and the plastic that we put in the streams are killing a lot of these fish. It is alarming to hear that the fish that are in our backyards are dying because of human pollution. These are the same fish that people rely on as a food source and for their jobs. How does this make an impact on us, knowing that we could be eating the same plastic that we are polluting the water with? The coronavirus has led to cleaner waters, which has helped keep the wildlife safer and healthier. After reflecting on our time in quarantine, there are a few positives that the virus has given way to. The coronavirus has given the environment a break from human pollution. As everyone begins to resume their lives as normal, it is important to continue to keep our environment clean. Next time you visit a park or a beach, I hope that you can realize how much cleaner and healthier the environment appears. This is directly due to the decrease in pollution that we have had over the last 2 months in lockdown. Once lockdown is over, it is important to take on some new habits to keep the environment clean. Otherwise, this can only be a temporary consequence that will quickly return to normal. Don't we want to see the benefits of cleaner air and water to last permanently? We must take action and learn from our mistakes. Doing something as small as carpooling with your friends or biking instead of driving makes a difference. I will always remember being in shock after seeing the dirty brook crystal clear. I hope you have learned the positive impact of the coronavirus has had on us, but more importantly, the impact you have on our air, water, and wildlife. Thank you.